How's it going, guys? Welcome to another video. It is Tuesday, April 16th. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the barn right now. I'm going to show you what we're working with. I'm going to say officially, calving season has started. I am here a little early off of my construction job because we have some severe weather coming through today. Possible hail, tornadoes, stuff like that. But if you couldn't tell by the title and the thumbnail, calving season has begun here, and we have mom and baby here in the barn. We're doing a checkup on them. I've already got some footage for you today, so I'm going to show you guys that footage and catch you guys up to speed. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I just got back from working construction, got cut short from the weather, but we're down here today because this Charlet has brought our first calf of the year, and she's already defensive. Charlets are very defensive mothers, but we are going to load at least the calf up, I think maybe mom too, bring them up to the barn and do a checkup. Well, we're herding the Charlet with the little gray calf, but I just noticed there's another calf up there, so I guess we have two on the year. Well, we got mom in the barn, but here are our two babies that have arrived since I left to go work construction. We have a little black and white one, and we have a little gray one in there. Cute little stinkers, aren't they? Probably only a few days old on the black one here. We're putting a cornstalk bale out for them. There's the oldest calf, and there's the newest one. Here is mom to our newest gray calf, the Charlet. I just carried the calf into the chute here so that we can do a checkup on mom and baby, make sure they're doing okay. I'm sure baby's doing all right. He's a heavy little stinker. Bull calf, I think. I think it might be a heifer. I guess I don't know. That was probably the umbilical cord I was seeing. But we got mom and baby. We're going to do a checkup. Okay, so I'll give you guys a little bit of detail as to what we're doing. We have mom in the chute, in the head gate, and we have the side taken out. And pretty much what we are making sure happens is we want to make sure that baby nurses off mom. Because for those of you who don't know, in any mammal, the first milk that a mother has is called colostrum. It's full of so many different vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and all of that basically jump starts the calf's life. A lot of antibodies, a whole bunch of different things. And so we want to make sure that that calf gets colostrum. And right now what we are seeing is baby doesn't have much of a suckling reflex, sticking our fingers in his mouth. We have kind of guided him to mom's teat to see if he would nurse naturally. Or I guess I don't know if it's a he or a she yet, but see if baby would nurse naturally. You see mom is a little bit antsy, but she is okay. She'll calm down. But so right now what we are doing is dad took off to go to the vet to grab a shot, and Scott went to go get some colostrum supplement just to make sure. We got to get this calf, Ruby, get back. We got to make sure this calf gets colostrum in some way, shape, or form, whether it be naturally from mom or out of a supplement, just so that the calf gets those antibodies to get jump started. But this calf is a nice, cute little stinker. I'm just keeping an eye on them. I know mom won't go anywhere, and I'm just keeping an eye on baby to see if baby will eventually find its way to the teat. If not, we are bringing a colostrum supplement along to get this calf on the right track, get them started on the right foot. And we want to get this done and get them turned back out, because this afternoon we have chances at tornadoes and stuff this afternoon. That's actually why I'm here. We cut off work on construction a little early this week due to the weather that's occurring the rest of this week. But that's all right. I'm back here on the farm. Calving season has officially started. We have two calves on the ground now, which is awesome. And this guy is our newest addition. So I'm just going to keep an eye on baby, see if maybe eventually he gets the urge to nurse. If not, they are going to get a colostrum supplement right now to make sure that this calf gets those antibodies and nutrients that this calf needs to get jump started just right. This little baby is doing just fine. He's a nice soft little thing, nice cute little calf. They have been bellowing at each other every once in a while, so mom and baby are communicating. And the thing about these Charolais that we really have to watch out for is these Charolais are really defensive moms. They are the most defensive, most likely to charge at you when it comes to their babies. They are very good mothers, very defensive of their babies, very protective. And so that's why we have to take extra caution when we sorted her off. And we brought her up with the trailer and put her in here. And then I just grabbed baby out of the lot and carried it up here from the south lot up here into the barn so that we could make sure that we get colostrum in it one way or another, whether it be naturally from mom or through the supplement that we are bringing. If baby decides it wants to lay down for a little bit, that's totally fine too. Mom and baby are close to each other. They are in no trouble at all. Mom's just a little bit stressed out with being in the head gate, but it's not pinching her or anything. She's just got to calm down and stand there. I kind of keep my distance from baby unless I have to, and sometimes she'll flare up if I get a little closer to her baby. But this is the safest way. So, oh, yep, baby's gonna lay down. Good job. There you go, buddy. It's a good baby. Yeah, you can lay down if you want. We'll get you colostrum one way or another, so you can get jump started on this game we call life. We got little baby here, still kicking, doing good. It's just a matter of getting that colostrum is kind of an urgent thing that we have to do just to make sure that they get jump started, because if they don't get it within the first 12 hours of life, it gets to be a very rough start. And so that's, like I said, we just have to make sure that the calves get the colostrum that they need so that they can get started, and then maybe we can get that natural nursing off of mom even when her colostrum does go away and it just becomes regular milk. Baby can still nurse off of mom naturally after the fact. I'm gonna test his suckling reflex. Yeah, see, I have my thumb in his mouth and he's really not suckling on it very much. Sometimes it does take a little while for a newborn calf to gain that. I've seen that before. Some of them, it's just right out of the gate, they're ready to go. But I'm just gonna keep an eye on mom and baby here. And I figured I'd go into a little bit of detail. It's all right, baby. You can stay laying down. You're doing just fine. I wanted to go into a little bit of detail on the colostrum side of things. And that's also a bond that occurs, too, between mom and baby with nursing as well. But I'm going to keep an eye on mom and baby here. And when they get back with the supplement and the shot, we will get them, mom and baby both, what they need. And when it's all said and done, I think we might leave them in here in the barn for a day or so, just to make sure that baby gets that suckling, and maybe we can check on it every so often to make sure that it does nurse off of mom. And if it doesn't, it'll have to become a bottle calf that we end up having to help ourselves. We've done that before. So a lot of times we'll leave them here in the tub in the barn and make sure that they start that natural nursing process. And then when they do that, then we can turn them back out with the rest of the cows and the other calf that's out there as well. But I'm going to keep an eye on mom, our Charolais, and our baby here, which is basically a mix of a Charolais mom and our black Angus bull. He's a cute little guy. I guess I keep saying guy and him. I'm still assuming here. But I'm going to keep an eye on mom and baby, and we will keep on trucking here, get them what they need. This is another good sign that we like to see in calves, him bellowing like that, calling to mom. He's actually been talking to our older calf that's actually over here that had that injured foot. We still have her here with us, and she's actually doing really, really well, starting to put a lot more weight on her foot. I should be able to show you her. There she is. Oh, don't hide. There you are. She's definitely getting better, but these two have been talking to each other. And that's a big thing too, with if the baby's bellering and mom bellers, which mom has a couple times too, that means they know that they're still around, they're still together, you know, there's no danger, and that they are safe. But baby has decided to just lay down and just chill, which is okay. And he'll get some colostrum here in just a little bit, whether it be from mom or from our supplement. Good baby. You're talking to the wrong cow, though. Mom's over here. Mom, say something. But that's another good sign, is if the calf is bellowing like that, that shows that it's doing well as well. And it's just tired. It's had a rough morning here with us moving him around. So laying down is not a big deal. But I guess you're making a friend over there with the older calf, huh? But we're just gonna keep out here. I'm gonna keep an eye on mom and baby here, and we'll get them started. All right, guys, we got mom and baby together. Baby got a shot and colostrum, but we have some breaking news here on the farm. Apparently, somehow, when I was in explaining to you guys the colostrum situation and babysitting that cow and calf, a new calf was just born. You can see he's struggling to stand. He is a brand new baby, just born on the corn stalk bales that we just laid out. Brand new, still wet baby. So that is calf number 3 now on the farm. And he was just born. When I was babysitting our calf that we were checking on, we now have a newborn. They're all newborn still, but this one's new, still struggling to stand, just getting started. So that is calf number 3. You can see he is up on his feet, and he is kind of going towards mom. Mom is licking and kind of getting that jump start. So who knows, maybe we'll have to do a checkup on this guy too. All right, guys, it's now about 2:30. There is the calf that was just born this morning that I was telling you guys about, calf number 3. We are currently loading up the mom. We are going to do the exact same thing. I don't know if we're going to put it in the head gate and give the baby a shot and stuff this time. I think we're just going to lock them up, make sure they nurse, and we're going to get them in the barn. Baby's just laying here. Mom is going on the trailer right now, but we are going to get them all situated. All right, guys, it's a little after 4:30 now, and unfortunately I wasn't able to film after getting mom loaded in the trailer on that second calf-cow pair, because another round of the severe storms that were supposed to come through today came through and just started downpouring. I am soaked. Well, my shirt's a little bit drier now, but I am soaked. So I'm going to get in a shower and get these wet clothes hung over the tub so they dry before I put them in the laundry. And I'm going to chill out for the rest of the night. But we got mom and baby in, and they are doing fine. We did give the second calf, we did give him some of the colostrum supplement as well, so that just to make sure that they have what they need, just like the other calf I showed you guys. But so now we have 3 calves on the farm. Who knows, maybe another one will drop tonight and we'll see them in the morning. So we only have 1 calf that's still out in the lot with mom, the oldest calf, the black with the white face. Then we have the gray one, and now the pure black one are in the barn with their moms, and they're in their own pens. So they're not interfering with each other. Mom and baby can bond without any interference from any other cows. But that's pretty much going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing those calves pretty much coming into the world, and seeing kind of what we do to make sure that they get started. Don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but we're going to keep on trucking, and we're going to see what we do. All right, guys, it's now Friday. We have the stock trailer here, and we are going to be shipping our moms and babies back to the lot. There's mom and baby there's baby number 3, our most recent born, with its mom. It's doing great. And there's baby number 2, our Charlet calf. They're both going back out to the lot today. There goes mom to baby number 3. Shh, hey, come on. Yep. And there's mom to baby number 2. There's baby number 3. All right, we got the moms and the 1 baby on. And we're gonna go ahead and get the last baby loaded. And then we're just gonna take them right back over to the lot and turn them out with a herd. We are currently loading the seed tender with soybean seeds. We have our forklift with our box way up top, and we are letting gravity. There's a hopper in the middle of these totes, and we just have it dumping with gravity. You can already see it filling in the window. You can see it's full in the windows. on the back side anyway, this hopper is still empty. It's a 2-chamber system, kind of like a hopper truck. There's 2 bays, so this one's about full. You can see it in the windows here, and then we'll switch over and we'll do this one. Just like that. So this is how it looks when we're filling the planter with seeds. We have the auger out, we open one of the hoppers, we fire it up, and it dumps down in there. It's a nice easy way of filling the tanks like that. We don't have to heave bags this way. When one tank's full, we just push the auger, stick it in the other one, and we fire it up again. One thing you'll notice that he's doing up there while the seeds are being pumped in is he's dumping cups of something into the tank. I'll take you in and show you what that is and explain it to you. Pretty much what he is doing, he's scooping up cups and he's dumping it in. The seeds come up from the hopper and the seed tender into the tank. But then what he is dumping in, if I can find the label here, is this stuff here. This talcum and graphite seed flow lubricant. It's a mix of talcum powder and graphite powder. And pretty much it literally is what it says here. It's a seed flow lubricant. And so pretty much what that does is it literally just lubricates the seed, makes sure that it doesn't get clogged in any of the tubes or any of the meters. It helps it flow better so that it can have easy dispersal and even distribution, so it's not skipping places in the field where it should be spitting out a seed. That graphite and talcum powder mix, it's an 80 to 20, 80% talcum and 20% graphite is what it says on the label there. And that just helps to lubricate the seeds so that they flow all the way through the planter system, so that it can be planted in the ground and turn into a plant that we can, of course, harvest in the fall. And so I figured I would explain that. This is the first time I've shown much of planting content on the channel before. So I'll kind of show you through the window so I'm out of the wind so you guys can hear me. That's our seed tender there. And that auger comes out, and the motor, it's got a motor and an automatic auger. And it fills both tanks, so we don't have to heave bags up and down the stairs and dump them in. It makes it really, really nice. And we can do that right out in the field. If the planter's getting low on seeds, he can call somebody up and say, hey, make sure the seed tender's full, bring it out to this field. I'm gonna need seed here in a little bit. Okay. And we haul it with the pickup, we pull it down there right to the field, fill him right where he's at. He'll already be unfolded to plant anyway, so he'll just keep it lowered down so he can climb up, fill it right up, and he can be on his way and keep on planting. But with the bad weather this week, with the rain and the wind, it might not be until at least tomorrow afternoon, if not later than that, that we can do some more field work of any kind. We actually have our first load of market hogs to sort Sunday. So my busy season on the farm is going to begin. I get a lot of my spring work in the hog barn, so that's going to be coming up here starting this weekend. We got 160 head to sort, and they got to be loaded out Monday morning at 4:30. So we're getting busy. The busy season is finally here. We're out of the dead season, which is awesome. The dead season is not my friend. I like going out and doing things and seeing how it's done, and just being there and working when I can. But it sounds like he's pounding on the hopper and it is empty, so that means the planter is full. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out there and help him out. I just figured I'd explain and show you guys what it looks like loading the planter. I've never really shown that on the channel before. I haven't gotten an opportunity, so I figured I'd show you while I can. That be our planting setup right there. That's the John Deere 8320 with our John Deere 1775 NT 24 row 30-inch spaced planter. We're planting soybeans on corn ground right now. I was able to get you guys the first ever planting footage there, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. We had to haul some seed out here just so we had enough to finish. So he is done. He's gonna bring that back to the shop. Jonesy's out with Big Iron, the old 8850, doing some dirt work so that that field can be planted tomorrow. We got some more severe weather potentially coming this weekend, so we want to try to get done with everything in the field while we still can. So we've been hard at it today. We did some spraying this morning before the wind picked up. We've been planting, doing dirt work. We've been doing it all today. So I figured I finally had an opportunity to show you guys some planting footage of the planter out in the field doing its thing. So I figured I'd show you. Alrighty folks, it is now 10:18. I'm grabbing the loader tractor here. We were just down at the field we call Agnew's. We were taking a look and we replaced one of the shanks on the field cultivator, so I was able to get you some footage of the field cultivator at work. But as we were leaving, we got a call from Tom, who was down there helping us. He saw that there was a big tree down in the field. I think a few videos ago, I told you guys about how we clean up trees and we make sure that the end rows are all cleaned up so we don't hit them with any equipment and stuff like that. Sometimes we do miss it, or maybe it just happened with this last windstorm we had last week. So I am taking the loader tractor down. Dad is going back to the shop to grab a chainsaw and a few other things we may need for this job to move this tree. But I'm taking the tractor down. It'll be the muscle for us today. We got kind of a drive ahead of us here. It's one of our furthest south fields. Not all, we have some fields further south, but this one, it still takes a while to get down there. So, I'll put in my clutch, shift it down to D, let off my clutch, we'll take off. I got my four ways on. We got a drive ahead of us, folks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing down there. Like I said, I got you guys footage of the field cultivator going. So you guys have seen all aspects of spring field work now with spraying, planting, and field cultivating now. But I'm gonna get this thing down there so we can get this tree cleaned up, because he's cultivating down there right now. So we wanna make sure we get this tree moved out of the way so he doesn't have to go around it. So I'm gonna get it down there and we'll see what happens here. All right, everybody, good morning. It is Wednesday, April 24th. It is 7:30. I am here at the shop. I'm in the hoop shed. Dad is already out spraying for today. Scott just left with the seed tender to head down to the Agnew field and continue planting down there, planting corn. Dad is currently spraying the corn ground one field behind what Scott is planting. But I figured I would go ahead and give you guys the rundown. I gave you guys kind of the ingredients of our bean pre-mixture that we spray before for our first application of beans. And I told you guys that for corn, we only do one application, and that's it. We do one spray, post-plant, pre-emergence. And so I figured I would show you guys. It's actually a pretty simple mixture compared to the bean pre. I mean, the bean pre wasn't even that bad, but this is even easier. So we have our water trailer here hooked onto Carol, the old International. And for, like I've said, for the bean pre, we fill these big tanks with water. But for corn, we don't use water. We use nitrogen. So we fill these tanks. This one's still got a little bit in it. You can kind of see on the sight tube, it's still got some in it there. We fill these big tanks with liquid nitrogen. And I'll kind of explain why. I told you guys that when we're switching between corn and beans, if we're switching crops on the ground, doing a crop rotation, there's a chemical imbalance in the ground. And that's especially true if you're going from bean ground that was beans last year to corn this year, because beans suck up a lot of nitrogen. Corn replenishes it. The thing about corn is it'll use nitrogen, but it also creates it, and it kind of keeps some in the soil. It doesn't take everything. It only really takes what it needs. But beans are more dependent on nitrogen. They need a lot more of it to prosper. So beans will pretty much suck the ground dry of its nitrogen content. So if you just went and planted corn on bean ground without doing anything, even putting anhydrous on, which is full of nitrogen, doing any of that, you're not going to yield very well. So that's why we put anhydrous on, which is gassed nitrogen. But then we also use the spray with liquid nitrogen. It's straight liquid nitrogen that we mix in. And then we have our volley here. We put that in, and that gets added on. Depends on the, 80 gallons for a full batch of this. For a full batch. And then the only other ingredient we add is this Mesocore stuff. I guess I'm not entirely sure exactly what these chemicals actually do, like I did for the bean pre. I guess I'm just not entirely sure. But this uses, 11 and a quarter gallons for a full batch, I do believe, according to the recipe. And then it's like 6 and a quarter gallons for like a half batch if we split it in half or something like that. So maybe it's 11 and a half gallon. But anyway, that's pretty much all it takes for our corn spray application, is just liquid nitrogen, our volley, and our Mesocore. And mix that in at the proper recipe of 80 gallons of volley, 11 and a half of Mesocore for a full batch, and then the rest is liquid nitrogen. So I'm just going to wait here and see what happens here. Alright guys, we are currently mixing up another batch for the sprayer. What we are making today is we are actually making the 900 gallon batch here. As I was saying before, we're loading our volley into the sprayer. We just ran out of nitrogen on this second batch of the day, but we're filling the volley up. That goes right up this line. It goes in there, and it works its way up to the tank. There goes Dad with the sprayer. He just emptied out, and he's headed back to town for another hot load, loading up with chemical. We're down here in our far south field that we call the Besco Bottom. Down here planting the last of the corn for the year. We have Scott out there with the 8320 and the planter planting corn. We only had about 75 more acres left to knock out today. So he is out planting right now. We do have some extra seed corn with us, just in case we end up running low. I'll get you guys some more planting footage as he comes up and turns around. You guys will be able to get a good look at the planter here. So you can see he's coming up. He's getting to the end where he's already planted his end row. He will crank her around. He'll raise her up. He'll spin around. You might not be able to see him go back. It's pretty dusty. Good thing I shut the door. But he'll drive out, and now he's dropping back down. And now he is headed back out planting some more corn on another big pass. There goes Dad with the sprayer. We just got done with this big field here. Down here, what we call Besco Bottom. It's just shy of 300 acres of nothing but flat ground. So he's taking off with the sprayer. I got to untie the leash from the front of the pickup where we had the dog outside. But this is 4 sections. This is one section, then there's another, and then another, and then there's a fourth all the way to the west. And in total, the sprayer calculated it was like 296.98 acres that was sprayed out here today. The planner calculated it at like 288, something like that is what he had on the planner. But as is tradition, I've said it a ton of times, I think, at this point in the videos. But every time that we farm down here, every time that we're down here this far south, farming this ground down here, on the way back or sometime during the day when we're down here, it's our tradition that we have to stop and eat at the A&W restaurant. So I'm gonna meet Dad there. I gotta untie this leash and then take the pickup here. We'll meet up at A&W, have a nice little bit of a later lunch. It's like 3 o'clock, a little before 3. But have a little bit of a late lunch, and then we got to get that sprayer back to the shop. But with that, corn preparations are done. Every single corn seed is in the ground now. It's all in, and it's been sprayed. We only do 1 spray for corn. So all the corn is planted, all the corn's been sprayed. So at this point, with the storms and stuff that are coming in the next couple days, it can just rain all at once. When it comes to that, the corn is done. All we have to do is wait for it to grow and harvest it this fall. That's all we really need to do for the corn. Beans, we still have to plant some more beans yet, and then we have to go through all the beans that we have already planted and what we still need to plant and do a post bean spray once the beans come up. But I'm gonna untie this leash and we're gonna go have lunch. Alright guys, it's been a while since the last clip there, but I think that's a good place to wrap this video up. This video had a lot of different things you guys got to see.
We got to see the first few calves of calving season. We got to see the first ever planting footage on the channel. And then we also got to see Big Iron in action, the 8850, with the field cultivator on. And we had a little bit of spraying as well. So you guys got a little bit of a taste of all the spring field work that we do. And you guys got to see some cute newborn calves, as well as seeing some other things too, with preparing the planter and taking the planter out in the field and getting it out there and putting seed in the ground. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys smash the like button on this video. Spread the word of the channel, guys. Next video, I guess it depends on the weather, but as of right now, Saturday night, so just a few nights from now, is our first race of the season. I haven't really talked about racing season because we've been so busy with farming and stuff like this in the springtime, getting spring field work done. But in the background, we've been thinking about racing and getting stuff ready. I just bought oil and an oil filter for my car about a week ago, I want to say. And so it's just a matter of slipping it in the shop real quick, changing the oil, looking things over, greasing a few things on it. I've already charged it up and had it running. And so it runs again and it's ready to rock and roll. But if the rain decides to hold off enough, it's been off and on rain all week. But if they decide to run the races Saturday night, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me. And we're going to go racing. Racing season is here. Hopefully it starts on Saturday. But if the weather decides to call it off, it'll start at a later date. But all I need to do is a few little things, a couple hours in the shop, looking over the car, changing the oil in it, and it's going to be ready to drive right back up on the trailer and go to the races. So be prepared. Racing season is on the horizon. Pretty much, I guess it really doesn't matter if it happens in a few days for me or next week or something like that. Really doesn't matter to you guys when it happens. It'll guaranteed be in the next video. So next video, be on the lookout. Racing season is coming. 04 is pretty much ready to rock and roll. Like I said, just a few little things that I got to get done to it just to make sure that it's ready for a new season of hard work. I want to get better. I want to get faster. And I'm going to take you guys along for the experience. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the spring field work. But now we're going to slowly transition into racing season. So I hope you guys are staying tuned. And I hope you guys are ready for it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.